Hello, hello, hello. It is Sarah Divinely You. Welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you so much for joining me on these astrology journeys that we're on. We have some doozy amount of energy headed our way the rest of 2023, as if 2023 weren't already massive energy shifting. Um, I think as we go into this, we're heading into an eclipse. Solar eclipse first and then a lunar eclipse later. I'll do a second video on that. But I think what I'll say is you are doing your very best for all of us if you are being you. You are being uniquely you, right? You are here, divinely here for divine purpose. And I think that's the best way that you can shine. And I go into that a little further in the slides. So let's get into the slides. Okay. Oops. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I decided to give you guys a little overview of the moon cycle for this solar eclipse. So we have the eclipse on the 19th of April, and then we'll have the first quarter square on the 27th of April in Leo, and then the lunar eclipse in Scorpio on the 5th of May, and the third quarter square in Aquarius on the 12th. And then we will have a new moon. I think I said in a previous video that we didn't have a new moon in Taurus. I was wrong. I didn't look far enough ahead. But we do have the new moon on the 19th of May. So it's almost like the lunation cycle is going to flip, because normally we have like the new moon in the sun sign first and then the opposing full moon, but now it's like they're going to flip or something. I don't know, and unfortunately I'm not not I haven't been following astrology long enough, but maybe this is a normal thing. All right, let's get into this solar eclipse. I have the chart here. You can see it's at 29 degrees Aries, sun conjunct the moon, or the moon conjunct the sun, rather. And they are right here next to this north node at 4 degrees of Taurus. So within eclipses happen when the moon either is conjunct or opposed the sun within 15 degrees of the nodes. This one's within 5 degrees of the nodes. And also, it's very important to pay attention to the fact that Pluto is at 0 Aquarius, which is square aspecting 0 degrees Taurus, right? Where I've got my mouse pointer hovering around. So this is, and also we've had a lot of activity at 29 degrees Aries. We'll continue to have activity at 29 degrees Aries because the nodes move backwards, counterclockwise through the zodiac. So they move backwards. So therefore, on July 17th, they will move to 29 degrees Aries. And we've had previous transits at that 29 degrees Aries point. And so this eclipse will occur at 11. Did I write the time on here? Maybe not. Probably not. Nope. It's at 11. I want to say 11:15 p.m. Central Time, so 9:15 Pacific Time. Of course, moon conjunct the sun at 29 Aries. And then we have, of course, it's squaring Pluto at 0 degrees Aquarius. And we'll have then the moon, and then the sun will ingress into Taurus hours after the eclipse. So I think it's about an hour or two after that the moon moves into Taurus, and then about 5 hours later, the sun moves into Taurus. So this will be I don't want to say a quick hit, because I feel like we're already building up to it energetically. When we have a new moon, prior to that new moon, the moon goes dark. We call it a dark moon. It's also called a balsamic moon. And that's where, because new moons are about setting intentions, but there's often like a lot of stuff dug up around them. And so as this eclipse is building, you may be feeling the urge to purge your closet, purge your garage, purge your storage unit, purge your social media, purge your subscriptions to whatever podcasts, streaming services, whatever it is. There may be just a tremendous urge to purge. Maybe it's an old way of being. Maybe it's a previous version of yourself that you're no longer willing to be tied to or have the emotions around. Like, I'm no longer ashamed of that. Now I'm going to just own it and be the me that I was supposed to be. And then let's see. Uh, and then of course I put in here that the nodes are at that cusp of Taurus, Aries, and then of course Scorpio, Libra on the other side. Remember I said there's a lot of Scorpio, Taurus. Oh gosh. There's a lot of Aries, Libra axis energy. There is a lot of I am versus how I'm in relationships. And then, of course, we have this new Pluto in Aquarius energy, which is the individual and the collective. So this shit about who you are and how you're showing up in your community and your friend groups and your work, you're with your colleagues, how you're showing up for yourself is gonna be the theme of 2023. It is nonstop. We will continue to have transits that fall onto this axis. Okay, I wanted to do this because I think that this is a beautiful ballet of the astrology. And what I mean by that, you can read the slide if you want, but I'm pretty much just going to speak off of what I feel and what I believe. I'm not going to read the slide, but I'm going to say everything that's on the slide. So don't feel like you're losing out if you can't see the slide. So Aquarius is a fixed air sign. It is intellect. Air is intellect. Fixed, meaning it's stable energy, right? And so it represents, the two wavy lines represent the individual and the individual's participation in the collective. So in your community, in your group, in your friend group, again, like I just said. So what I love about the ballet in astrology right now is that Pluto entered Aquarius in Aries season, the I am, who I am, how I present myself, all of those things, right? On this Aries Libra axis, who I am and how, and other people, right? Relationships, that's Libra. So how beautiful that Pluto enters Aquarius during Aries season when we are having a lot of transits along this Aries Libra axis. As we continue through the zodiac, we will have Taurus, which is what I have. What gifts do you have? What talents do you have? What possessions do you have? What content are you following on social media? What shows are you watching? Like, what are you consuming? What are you reading, watching? All of those things. What are you allowing into your space, right? Are you paying attention to yourself and what you're offering, or are you so consumed with what's going on out there? I have been saying it since 2020. What's going on out there is gonna go on out there. What matters is what's going on within you. The universe, spirit, source, however you define it, the divine, gave us this gift from 2020 on. I know it does not seem like it. I know it's uprooted a lot of lives, but in order to go forward into this next 20-year cycle of Pluto and Aquarius, this was given to us to re-examine ourselves and how we are, who we are, what version do we want to become, what skills, what talents. And then, of course, Gemini is thinking. It's Mercury, right? It's thinking. It's the twins. It's your neighbors. It's your siblings. It's your immediate family. It's how you allow yourself to be supported by your immediate community. Maybe it's your neighbors in your apartment building. Perhaps it is your I don't know, if you're in like one of those homeowners association type things. I'm just trying to think of examples, but the point is that how you allow yourself to be supported and how you communicate your needs, that's going to be Gemini. So as we move through these first few signs of the zodiac, Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, And of course, all of the personal signs are until we get to Virgo. Virgo is the last of the personal signs, but these first two, Aries is ruled by Mars, Taurus is ruled by Venus, Gemini is ruled by Mercury, Cancer is ruled by the moon, Leo is the sun, Virgo is Mercury again, and then Libra is Venus, but that gets into relationships, right? So as we're moving through this year, this is all about you. This is all about what you have in this beautiful moment of Pluto and Aquarius, the individual and the collective, how you are, who you are in relation to, and what you have to offer to your community. I can't remember if it was on here or if it was on an Instagram live where I mentioned the story of stone soup. Because I remember from Little House on the Prairie when Mrs. Ingalls had to sub for Laura as she fell ill. She had like a heat stroke, remember, from working in the orchard. And Caroline Ingalls was subbing, and she to get the children, to encourage the children to water the trees in the Wilders orchard, she told the children, Mrs. Ingalls told the children the story of stone soup and how one man had a pot and he had stones, and then some other people came with onions, and some other people came with potatoes, and some came with carrots, and the list goes on. And so picture yourself as a member of that group of people fixing stone soup. Okay, this is an example, but take it metaphorically. What do you have to offer? Are you a writer? Are you a creator? Are you a drawer? Are you a painter? Are you a crocheter? Are you a knitter? Are you somebody who can put together social media for someone, content creation? Are you someone who can do YouTube thumbnail cover photos in some capacity? These are the sorts of things, right? Aquarius is also technology and innovation. So our social circle, both virtually and in person, is going to, kind of be in very much in alignment, I feel like. So as we continue through, we're still in Aries until Wednesday. Is that right? Wednesday? I think so. So as we can finish up this Aries season and head into this eclipse, what parts of yourself are you done with? Are you done not asking for help when you need help? Are you done accepting help from people who do not honor and value you? Are you done, refusing opportunities because of your own, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. My point is that there's this huge opportunity to purge and release crap that no longer serves us moving forward with this type of energy. So that's how it's going leading into this eclipse. I think it's also important to note that July 17th, I think I said this before, that the nodes will shift into 29 Aries and 29 Libra. And so we will continue with this axis. In fact, the week of July 17th through, I believe it's the 23rd, whatever doesn't break up relationship wise now will probably break up then. If it's not a relationship that's in full alignment with where you are meant to go, your unique value. And so, there's that. So, okay, so let's move on. All right, so we have the first quarter square on the 27th of April. It's going to be at 7 degrees Leo, 7 degrees Taurus. So while we're having a solar eclipse in the cardinal sign of Aries, this is actually a fixed cycle, because now we will move to Leo and Taurus. So fixed fire, and Taurus is fixed earth. And so we will have a lot of Taurus energy shortly after this. Of course, Mercury's there, Uranus is there, the sun's going to be there. Jupiter joins it soon. I think it's May 15th that Jupiter moves into Taurus. So we're going to have a lot. By the way, if you are a fixed sign, whether it's Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, or Scorpio, if you have a lot of that in your natal chart, you're going to be happy when Jupiter moves into Taurus. So hang on. sit tight a little bit longer if you're still feeling sticky stuck as a fixed sign. And then Pluto's gonna square the nodes. This is ongoing. This is very much already started as the nodes are at 4 degrees of Taurus and Scorpio, and Pluto is at 0 degrees Aquarius. That's within 4 degrees. So yeah, this is pretty much already going, and it's going to be ongoing for quite some time. Kind of dominates this year, in fact. Um, so all right, we have other transits and other stuff to just know. April 21st through the 14th, we have Mercury retrograde. Once this retrograde season gets going, between all of the planets that will go retrograde, especially Pluto or Mercury that will go retrograde, I believe 3 times this year. But then we will have several like most of the planets are going to go retrograde at some point. Prepare yourself by being yourself. Yeah, Aquarius wants you to be yourself. Aries wants you to be yourself. This is, it's just the urge to purge is no joke. Purging old versions of yourself, purge anything and everything that's holding you back. Try everything that you can, not, I wouldn't say throw spaghetti at the wall and see if it sticks. I think that's kind of, lame. Do things that are in alignment with you that make you feel good. I would definitely say, like, to me, throwing spaghetti at the wall is I'm going to try everything, even if I feel like shit doing it. That I wouldn't go that way. I would do things that, make sure you put some Alfredo sauce on that spaghetti if you like Alfredo sauce versus tomato sauce. Just my personal opinion. Okay, this is a big year, and next year is even bigger. Yeah, absolutely. So this is kind of a preparation year. It feels like, it's the final, 2020 gave us a chance to release, 21 and 22 gave us a chance to release. 23 is no freaking joke. Whatever you've been trying to hold on to that is not working, that you're a victim to, that you are coming up with every excuse in the world as to why it won't work, the universe is like, buck up. Like, I don't want to sound mean because I feel like this is all for our greater good, but I mean, even me, I'm even going through it. Like, like, what do you freaking want? And how the hell are you going to get it and make it happen? So I don't want to sound mean. I also want to be like, trigger warning, the rest of this year is no freaking joke. So if you are already struggling with this year, if you are already like, what the actual fuck, the rest of this year is going to be like way, I don't want to say way worse, but it could be way worse for you. On the other hand, if you are in alignment, you're digging in, you're dealing with your emotions, you're processing every event as it happens and as it comes through, then, honestly, the rest of the year may not flow like you think, but you'll at least be able to process things as they come along. So let me get out of there so I can talk to y'all directly. So I don't think so. None of this has to be difficult. None of it has to be tough. A lot of it is just you owning up to and admit and being honest with yourself about what's necessary to make the changes that you need to make. Again, I'm in the same position. So, and it's kind of personal, so I'm not going to talk about it, but I'm just letting you know, like, you're not alone. Even every astrologer that I talk to, every coach I talk to, we're all going through it too, right? We're all dealing with it too. And it's not, it's by 2025, like, we may not even recognize the world we live in. I should also note Pluto is in Aquarius until June 11th. So we are 3 weeks into Pluto in Aquarius. And then it'll dip back into Capricorn. So there's going to be kind of this like tug of war around this 29 of cardinal signs and 0 of fixed signs between Capricorn and Aquarius, and then of course Aries and Taurus. So there's a lot of things working at play here, and yet there's like nothing, because it's really just you doing your inner work and you being with how it's going for you and flowing with the energy. So I hope that's helpful. I feel like it's not, But I also think that like it's really just about everything that I have been saying since minute one that I started coaching, or minute one that I started doing astrology. It's radical self-acceptance. It's radically knowing who you are and radically accepting the flow of how it's going to go, and that everything's going to be okay no matter what. And like as I'm sitting here, planning my own, next quarter of this year, I'm sitting here like, okay, I'm gonna plan a few parts of this, but there's so much about it that I don't know, and I feel like that's okay. There's a lot of unknown and uncertainty that's yet to be revealed to me, and it's a matter of being okay, going with the flow, and okay, I'm gonna plan these parts of it because these parts I can plan, but there's parts of it you can't plan. And those are the little magical with a K, Magickal. Those are the little magical nuggets and golden nuggets that you get to wait from the universe. You put the path in place for where you want to go and how you want it to look, and let the universe support you the rest of the way. Um, Okay, so of course, live on Instagram every day where I dive in deeper. I've been doing a lot more outside ones because it's been nice outside where I'm at. And I'm so appreciating that. I am definitely an outdoor. Let me sit outside all day, every day, and all that. And then I will be starting my new video slash post series on the eclipse. And so it'll probably be with the moon in Taurus, now that I think about it, because the eclipse occurs at 11-ish something that night. So it'll probably be with the moon in Taurus that I will launch that series. So it'll be the 20th that morning, 4:20. How perfect. If you know, you know, right? Okay, so I will talk to you for the next moon cycle. I will probably do a weekly video next week. And then I think I'm going to do like every other week. Like one week I'm going to do the moon where it's at first quarter square, full moon and all that. And then the next week I'll do weekly energy and all of that. Drop me a comment below. Let me know if that works and that aligns. There's yeah, because I don't want to get too redundant and too repetitive. And then of course, if something comes through important on my Instagram live, I will share that with y'all as well. So thank you so much. Love you so much. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye.